So with the announcement that Perfect Dark is canceled, of course Everwild also canceled, I was thinking today if Fable may suffer the same fate. Now this is completely speculating, so I want to know everybody's thoughts on this. Fable was another game. It was announced who knows when. Not seeing much. We saw the gameplay earlier this year. If you missed my thoughts on that, I have a video up where I talk about how I was concerned about the footage that we saw. That was earlier this year that we saw that. And then at Summer Game Fest, the Xbox Showcase, Fable was not shown. Just like Perfect Dark was not shown. Now, to be fair, Phil Spencer did name drop Fable, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's safe because last year they showed Perfect Dark and that got the axe. So him just mentioning Fable, I don't think that guarantees that it's safe, but there's a lot of similarities with Fable and Perfect Dark. And the big one is the main character. We know we talked about with Perfect Dark, at least I theorized that had a lot to do with the game being canceled, was the pushback on the character redesign. Whether you agree with it or not, the feedback was from a lot of people, she looks like a man. The Fable character that they showed, the main character, which is weird again with Fable, because in the old Fable games, you picked who you were, a guy or a girl. Did you want to be good or evil? It was like you. It wasn't a story character that you controlled. So that's already a big change for Fable. But anyway, the same thing with the girl that was shown off for Fable. She got the exact same complaints.
You thought you could save her.
The other thing is, does it look like the series that it represents? There were some things with Perfect Dark that, look like a Perfect Dark game. But when you're looking at the main character of the series, Joanna Dark, and she doesn't look like Joanna Dark, a lot of people are saying this isn't Perfect Dark. That's not what I remember. That's how I felt watching the Fable presentation that we watched. While it looked nice, it didn't look like Fable. The 3 games that came out, and throw in the Kinect game if you want, is not a realistic style looking game. It's a very humorous game. Of course, there's serious storylines, but there's a lot of humor in it. And a lot of it is the characters interacting with you, just like you would in a game like Elder Scrolls or something like that, where there's no scripted main character of the game. You are the main character. In this new Fable game, it appears that you are this girl character. That's what the impression they're giving off anyway. If that's not the case, they're not letting that be known. They're letting everybody get the impression that you are this female character and you don't get to make yourself how you want to look, grow fat because you eat too much and all that stuff, right? The big part of Fable doesn't seem like it's going to be in the game. And the art style looks more Dragon Age-ish, like where the new Dragon Age game, a lot of people said that looks too Fable-ish because they changed the art style on that. The new Fable game, I think, looks too Dragon Age-ish. It's almost like maybe they should have switched the art styles. The fact that we didn't see anything with Fable at Summer Game Fest, the fact that the big voice, whether the big voice is the minority or the majority, who knows? But the feedback is very similar to Perfect Dark, which just got the axe. So again, this is full speculation. I hope it's not going to be canceled, but I think there's a lot of similarities here with the path of Perfect Dark and the path with Fable, and especially with Xbox being involved. The only difference is, while Xbox owns both IPs, Fable is an original Xbox IP where Perfect Dark they acquired with their Rare purchase. It was weird that Perfect Dark wasn't shown at Summer Game Fest, and what happened? It's gone. We also said it was weird that Fable wasn't shown. In my opinion, I still feel like I'm nervous with what we've seen with Fable. Now, they did showing the kicking of the chicken. That did make me feel a little better at the end of that presentation that we saw. But overall, the tone, the feel, the look of everything we've seen, admitted it was only like 4 or 5 minutes, but that's what they chose to show us to represent the game. So that does speak a lot about it. But what we saw, I don't feel like I was looking at a Fable game. I feel like I was looking at a realistic style fantasy RPG in the vein of a Dragon Age or Elder Scrolls, something along those lines. So I'm hoping None of this is going to happen. I'm hoping Fable is safe. I'm hoping when it comes out, it is awesome, and it feels like playing a Fable game, and it brings back all the feelings that Fable fans had playing the original trilogy. But it's hard to say that I'm not a little nervous that either A, it's going to go down the Perfect Dark road, or B, when it comes out, it's not going to be what Fable fans expect. But if you guys are Fable fans, I want to know what you think. Are you nervous about this? Did you play the original trilogy? Have you never played Fable and you're excited to play this? I'm not saying I think it's going to get canceled. I'm not saying it should get canceled. I'm just worried that it might get canceled.